Okay, so this is the overview video for the EDL Globalization and Coronavirus Journal Project. So today we're going to begin a new unit of study that deals with globalization and how the coronavirus has impacted um, us as citizens. So over the next 3 weeks, we'll be looking at the topic of globalization, specifically through the lens of the historic moment that you're currently living through. So, some important things to consider for this. Actually, we'll come back to this, but so your final completed journal will be submitted on the 12th of May. So this is a 3-week unit of study. You're going to be asked to complete some journal responses, some of which may be a little bit personal in nature, meaning they're just about your life. Um, Others are based on specific content that you'll be assigned every Monday and Wednesday. And so for the journal, there will be 3 check-in assignments that will require you to copy and paste a single journal response into the Canvas text box for that particular assignment. So it's important that you stay up with each assignment. For the journal, in order to receive a passing grade on this assignment, you will need to complete all 3 of the required journal prompts. This is one of this part of the thing is non-negotiable. The second component to receiving a passive grade is to complete a total of at least 6 journal prompts. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is click on this link that will open a Google Slides, and you're going to create a copy of that, okay, and save it into your own Google folder. Okay, so if you clicked on that link, you would get to something that looked like this. Okay, Coronavirus Project, Corona Chronicles Project, documenting history as it happens during a pandemic. Okay, so on the first page, you can see an overview. Okay, we are living in during a momentous time. Future generations will learn, explore, and analyze how humanity responded to the coronavirus pandemic. Historians will judge the responses of individuals, communities, and governments based on their responses. What this means is that you're a potential primary source for future historians. So your job for this project is to learn more about the changes you observe in your community, the country, and the world as everyone responds to COVID-19. You will be documenting your thoughts on a series of readings, articles, and videos, as well as your personal observations. As you go through this process, pay attention to the world around you. Take note of what you're seeing and hearing on the news, among your friends, within your family, and in your community. Your responses should be written, but may also include photos, videos, poetry. Feel free to add additional pages to this journal as needed. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go through prompts 1 through 4, and you're going to choose one, at least, maybe more, to reflect on, and then you can head to Canvas for check-in assignment number 1. Okay, so our learning target instructions and grading are as follows. So the learning target that we're focusing on is I can explain the concept of globalization and how it impacts the modern world. And the instructions are going to be each day you're going to be given various sorts of information that will ask you to make connections between what you've read and the issues of your day. The assignments will be unlocked on the modules every Monday and Wednesday, and then they would be due Tuesday and Thursdays. Questions and additional discussions will be facilitated during office hours and Canvas discussion boards. In terms of grading, the journal will be scored in areas for a total of 20 process points. Okay, and if we broke that down, you'd be assigned a few journal prompts each day. You must thoughtfully complete a minimum of 6 journal entries overall to receive a passing grade. And among those 6 minimum, you must complete all of the required prompts, which are denoted with highlighting in order to receive a passing score. And there will be 3 check-in assignments worth 2 points each. So it's important to follow the due dates of each of those assignments. The completed journal itself will be submitted on the 12th of May and will be worth a total of 14 additional points. Finally, on May 13th, you will be given access to a 10-point short answer assessment that will be due the following day. Okay, so if we looked at the different prompts, you can see that there's no highlighting here. So these are optional. And if you scroll through, you would find that the first required prompt, it does not appear until prompt number 6. Okay, so if we go back to the Canvas module, you can click through and you can see that there are different assignments for each day. Okay, so if we go down to the journal check-in, it gives you detailed instructions. So for the first one, you will be there's a number of tasks that you have to complete, and typically these modules give you options. Okay, so you have to choose at least one of these options, right? So option one is to read the article "Effects of Economic Globalization" from National Geographic. Read the overview article titled "America on the Move." And then corresponding videos here. Okay, and then you have logins because those are ABC Clio. Another option would be to watch both crash course videos about globalization, and then to answer the question in the text box below, what is globalization? All right. And if you were to go back to the module, you'll see there's a link to the discussion board as well. Okay. So for day one, if we click back on the first one, you can also see a link to a simplified calendar that shows us exactly what is due. So you can see on the right what needs to be submitted on each particular day for passing credit. Okay. So as you begin this, if you have questions and you're not sure how to address these things, you should definitely send me an email, or better yet, show up to the first Zoom session for this particular unit. The information for that Zoom session is actually already posted. Okay, if you were to go down to EDL office hours, okay, you can see that, oops, it says not available yet, so I'll have to make that available. Office hours via Zoom, 1 to 1:45, and then if you click here, that takes you to the Zoom meeting. Okay, I hope this finds you well. Be safe, and I will talk to you guys on Tuesday during our Zoom meeting.